you?
I'm good. How are you?
Awesome. Come on in. So, welcome to my classroom. This is room 224. Can I show you around?
Yeah, I'd love to see.
I guess like the thing that I'm thinking about is just how messy everything is.
It's not too messy. What's this? Looks
That's
like
an
a shower.
emergency shower. Fortunately, I've never had to use it, so I'm not sure that it works. But we should test it periodically to make sure that it works. But the idea is that if you spilled chemicals on your body, you could use that to wash them off. I think one of the most fun things about the classroom is actually kind of invisible because there's just bajillions of modeling supplies. So there's hot beads and foamy snakes and children's toys, and these are the dissolvable packing peanuts. You can eat them because these ones are biodegradable. No, you can get your own.
I'd take my own. Why do you have a bike in your classroom? I'm a little bit confused.
This is how I get to school, and if I bring it up to my classroom, I don't have to worry about locking it up or taking off the lights. Both are things that I find to be somewhat annoying, so I just avoid all of that.
So every morning and afternoon you...
Yeah, and I do think it's funny, one of my favorite things about riding a bike, it's great, it clears your mind, and it's nice to be outside, but one of my favorite things is then I don't feel guilty about taking the elevator to the second floor.
Exactly,
It's I bike 3 miles so that I can take an elevator 20 feet up.
Okay, as we walk around, I see you've got some, plant-like stuff, SpongeBob, Squidward stuff over here.
Right, yeah, so this is a defunct aquaponics system. So when this was functioning, there was a fish in here, and the waste from the fish provided nitrates and mostly nitrates that fertilized the plants that were growing on top. But then I screwed up the dechlorination one week, and the fish died, and it's been in this state ever since then.
So in layman's term, the fish died so the plants don't grow.
Yeah. This is my worm factory.
A worm factory?
Yeah, so this is another way that I try to help the planet in my own little way. So in here is a civilization of compost. And you can see my red wriggler worms. These are worms that are special for composting inside the classroom. And they make this really wonderful, rich soil called worm castings that you can add to plants as a fertilizer. And so this is how I try to get rid of my organic waste when I bring a banana to school. This is where it goes.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah. And the other thing that's kind of cool about it is that I think some students would assume that a box full of worms would smell really bad, but
yeah, I couldn't even tell.
People don't know that it's here.
But why is this door covered?
This door is
and where
covered.
does it go?
It goes to the greenhouse, which is a cool space. We use it both for science experiments, and then the Greenhouse Club meets on Wednesdays to grow mostly food crops. But it's covered because my bulb in my projector is super dim, and so if anybody ever wants a prayer of seeing what's on the board, this has to be locked off. I do want to point out that the Greenhouse Club renamed the greenhouse the Jackie Scotland Memorial Greenhouse in honor of her passing over the summer, because she put a lot of energy into making this a really great space. You can see in the background of this picture, she did a much better job of maintaining plants in there than I've done this year, so we miss her a lot, and we wanted to memorialize her outside of the greenhouse.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
As we move along, I
Sure.
see this big thing of numbers and letters.
Yeah, that's a periodic table. So this is Mr. Goma's contribution to the room, and I have to say, he picked a really good one. I'm really happy with the periodic table. It's a shower curtain.
Do you have a favorite element?
Nitrogen.
Mine's gold, AU.
Are you going to AU, or
No,
you just
I just
like
like
gold?
gold.
Now I ain't saying she a gold digger.
I think nitrogen is more important than gold.
Alright, so what do we have over here?
Well, it's a little decrepit looking right now, but I like to think of this as the student hospitality station. So if you come to class and you don't have a pencil, or your nose is running, or you ripped your sheet of paper in half, you need something, that you can come here and get what you need. Another thing that I'm trying to do is have like interesting reading material so that if students are finished early with something, instead of just like defaulting to like, oh, I'm gonna look, yeah, see, exactly. Instead of looking at their phones, they can be like, oh, I'm gonna learn about like food or Elon Musk or
The beacon.
Well, I'd say that these are popular. My forest friends, they usually get rearranged by students into entertaining or compromising positions.
Look at this beautiful squirrel!
Do they have names or no?
I have never named them. I'm thinking like Chip and Squunk, but like I have to see if those names
Resonate with the class. I'd say Alvin and Theo.
classic rodent names. So yeah.
What is this thing over here?
Well, the poster is sort of my philosophy in the classroom. It says, I promise to lead this class to the best of my ability, and you are expected to contribute to the best of yours. And I have students sign this in the first week of school, just as a reminder that I'm going to work really hard for students, and the expectation is that they also give me their best.
These look like pretty cool sunglasses.
Dude, you're going to like make those be the final stop on our journey? I refuse. I'm going to point out a couple of the cooler things, like this vintage protest sign, like stop
That's
the
a protest sign?
Yeah, you would use this to be like, stop the Trans-Canada Pipeline. Like
Yeah.
that's what this says. This is from an era before me. When I inherited this classroom, I found this, and I was like, this is amazing. I collect batteries for recycling, so if you have some batteries that you want to recycle, this is hazardous waste and it needs to be properly disposed of.
All right.
Well,
Thank you. Do you have
thanks.
any lasting things that you want to say, or you made your pitch already?
No, except that I really wish that somebody would paint this wall green. I hate that it's red. I've thought about painting the wall myself.
Yeah, you should. Take a stab at it.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming by. It was good to talk to you.
Good to talk to you as well.